This is the video review for Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Commanders Wave 2. This is Blackout and Powerglide. They add to the mix. In the first case of Cyberverse Commanders, it was a case of 6, and you got 3 Optimus Primes, 1 Megatron, 1 Sentinel, and 1 Ironhide. This evens out the case. A Wave 2 case is 1 Optimus, 1 Megatron, 1 Ironhide, 1 Sentinel, 1 Blackout, 1 Powerglide. So it kind of evens up the case ratio there of 1 of each. So let's start with Blackout first here. He's actually really cool. It's a nice, actually a great rendition of his helicopter mode. You can kind of see his robot hand sticking out the back, but it's such a minor detail. He's got spinning helicopter blades. And on the back, clipped to him, he's got a little clip right here, is Scorponok. So he kind of plugs in the back like he did on the Voyager version. He's got a posable tail. That's about it for his figure, at least right now in Scorpion mode. Blackout himself, again, very cool transformation here. And you just want to start off by just bringing all the blades together to form the V shape there, upside down V shape. I'll swing that around to the front. When you come back here, split the tail off. Go ahead and bring these down. Split what is going to become the arms here, all the way out to the side, so it makes them really wide here. This middle section is his legs. So go ahead and pull those down, rotate them, flip out the toes, come around back, flip out the heel, just like that. And same on this foot. Flip out the toes, flip down the heel. Now then, while you bring these arms out, actually want to come out like this. And while you've got them out there, rotate this whole section around to the top, like that. Let those hang down. And then bring this whole assembly right here down. Forms his chest, reveals his head. Okay. And then you just bring the arms forward. Bring the arm forward, down, and rotate it right here just above the elbow. And you do the same thing over here, except you flip the rotor up. You can flip it down and like this and use it as a spinny weapon if you want, but it does also fold up and around there. Now in package, you want to make sure that these are folded down too. Behind him. Now in package he comes packaged like this, with his shoulders in and these panels sticking out quite far to the side. And you can do that. You can leave them like that if you want the shoulders right up against the body. I think it looks a little better if you actually just fold it back a little bit, like this. It does move his shoulders a little further out, but it also kind of slims his profile a little bit. I know he's supposed to be big and hulking, but he's not supposed to be quite that wide. And there he is. Just a neat little guy. And then Scorponok, not to be outdone, you can take this silver piece here, flip it out like that, straighten the tail, and then this little plug right here on his tail is going to plug into this hole here, right at the front of this. And he's got a little handle under here. He becomes a target master gun for Blackout. I mean, he still looks like a scorpion. I mean, you're not going to... It's not magically changing shape. He just kind of folds up and becomes a gun. But it does give Scorponok a nice little target master partner. So if you're collecting the Cyberverse line, Blackout's definitely one you want to pick up. Honestly, all of the Cyberverse Commanders, I really can't find much fault with them. I'm having a lot of fun with it, with the little Cyberverse. They're small, they're portable, and they're, for their size, are pretty decent representations of the characters. So, good on Hasbro for that. On to Powerglide. I meant to bring his G1 self in, and I totally forgot. But again, he's a red A10, or A10-ish airplane. I don't have a picture of an A10 right in front of me to compare, but roughly an A10. I like his original self. One of the things I like, well, I'll actually get to that in a minute. He's got these little missile pods under here. And he actually has fold-up landing gear. You're going to want to fold those up for transformation anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. But a neat little jet, roughly the same size as his G1 self in jet mode. Not exactly, but roughly. Now these right here, these missile pods, you want to untab them from the end of the wings, and then they actually plug into his arms there as well. You unplug them, and tab and pop them out. And here's one of the things I like, is that his forearms still end up forming the little gray engine pieces, or just the little gray bits under his wings, like they did on the toy. I think that's kind of cool. And then to transform him, you just pull his legs down like this, split them apart, and up here there's a little, kind of got to get your fingernail under it. But flip this whole piece down. Press the toe. Bring this whole piece down for the time being. Unpeg the wings here. Not the whole body, just the wings. And that lets you rotate the arms out. And then these panels right here, you have lift up, rotate them up, and there's a little tab here on the side that you can plug into the arm. And the same over here. Bring the arm down, flip out his hands. And the wing you can position really, it rotates, you can position it down like that if you want, but I think they're intended to be folded kind of up along the arm like that. And the same here. Bring this piece down, around, and plug it right in there like that. And then flip the head back, and there's his head. Now, due to the way it transforms, there's no head rotation, unfortunately. But there you have a nice little Powerglide. Not a whole lot of extraneous bits on him. Just a cool little figure. Now, the missile pods themselves, you take this outer missile and fold it in like that. And then here you take this, fold this down like that. And then this missile pod plugs into this missile pod. Is it like that? Yeah, like this, to form a giant gun, which he can then, I forgot to flip this hand out, which he can then hold in his hand, like that. So he ends up getting a giant missile gun as well. So yeah, two of the better Cyberverse commanders, on top of what's, at least from the first wave, already a really, really nice line. And I'm pretty sure that Hatchet is a Cyberverse commander, if I recall correctly, and he's looking pretty awesome too. So, if you're collecting the line, you know what I'm talking about. These two are no exception. They're definitely worth picking up along with the rest. And if you're not collecting the Cyberverse line, you might want to consider at least looking into the commanders. They're a little bit more in depth than just the little Legion figures, which are more the standard Legends class figures. Really cool. Really nice smaller versions of the characters, and some really neat detailing going into them. Blackout and Powerglide really are just two great little figures. And like I said, I definitely recommend picking them up. I think if I had to list them in order of preference, I think Blackout's the best, followed by Powerglide, followed by probably Ironhide to me. Ironhide or Sentinel Prime to me. And then whichever one of those two edges out, that would be fourth, and then Prime and Megatron down at the bottom. And that's, Prime and Megatron are still good. That's not, slamming Prime and Megatron. Just, if I had to pick an order to buy them in, that would be it. Preferably you'd be able to get all of them, because they're all, so at least so far, some really nice figures. But there you have it, Cyberverse Commanders Wave 2, Blackout and Powerglide.